When we think of Mughal rulers, we always picture the likes of Akbar, Shah Jahan, and Aurangzeb. But backstage, from behind the curtains, ladies of the Mughal household also wielded power. And no Mughal lady was perhaps as powerful as Noor Jahan. In the first chapter of our ongoing series, Aurangzeb and Dara Shikoh, we had a fleeting encounter with Noor Jahan. But as we said there, she deserves a separate video. In fact, there is already a Bollywood movie dedicated to her story, running more than 2 hours. Additionally, our portrayal of Noor Jahan might appear slightly negative, a bit villainous, but she was an exceptionally heroic character. So, to do justice to her, we wanted to tell you guys a bit more about her and her terrific story. So let's begin with the story of Noor Jahan. This story is an extension and add-on to our ongoing animated series, Aurangzeb and Dara Shikoh. This extra content is aimed at giving you additional information that we couldn't cover in our animations. You can watch this series for free on YouTube. Glimpses Studio is a team of artists that makes animations on Indian history, literature, and philosophy. If you like our animations, you can support us by contributing to their making. Please visit our website glimpsesanimations.com to know more details. The link is provided in the description. Mirza Ghiyas Beg, a Persian nobleman, was going through rough times. He was on his way from Persia to India in the hope of a better future. It was on this tough juncture on his road and in his life when a fourth child was born to him, a daughter whom he named Meher-un-Nisa. Legends say Mirza Ghiyas Beg abandoned the child in the desert owing to his extremely poor condition. But luckily, the baby was soon reunited with her family thanks to a caravan that had picked the helpless girl up. Pitying Mirza's situation, the merchant leading that caravan offered him generous help to give his life a fresh start. It was a sign that Meher-un-Nisa was born to bring good fortune to the family. After reaching India, Ghiyas Beg secured a small mansab from the then Mughal Emperor Akbar. Through his hard work, honesty, and loyalty, Ghiyas Beg quickly rose in the ranks of the court. Meanwhile, as Meher-un-Nisa grew up, she was given an education in the arts, Arabic, and Persian languages. Meher-un-Nisa was married at the age of 17 to Sher Afghan Khan, who too had emigrated from Persia to India and was employed in the Mughal army. Now, the 1967 movie and also the Amar Chitrakatha comics dedicated to Noor Jahan tells us that Prince Salim, who later became Emperor Jahangir, and Meher-un-Nisa had a romantic relationship during her time in the capital. However, there is hardly any historical evidence to support this hypothesis. In fact, Jahangir and Sher Afghan Khan seem to have had amicable relations, and Sher Afghan and Meher-un-Nisa led a happy married life. In 1607, after 14 years of marriage, Sher Afghan Khan was killed in mysterious circumstances. The widowed Meher, along with her daughter, came to the Mughal court to wait upon Ruqayya Sultan Begum, one of the chief wives of the then late Akbar. It was during this time in the palace that the new Emperor Jahangir saw Meher and fell in love with her. In 1611, Meher-un-Nisa was married to Emperor Jahangir and soon became Noor Jahan, light of the world. She was 34 years of age while Jahangir was 42. It was uncommon for a woman to marry the emperor at such an old age. Soon after the marriage, Noor Jahan became Jahangir's favorite wife. His affection and trust in Noor Jahan led to her wielding a great deal of power in affairs of the state. Jahangir's addiction to opium and alcohol made it easier for Noor Jahan to exert her influence. From 1620 onwards, Jahangir's health started to decline. Noor Jahan hence had to proactively partake in administrative roles. She was thus given the imperial seal, implying that her approval was necessary before any document or order received legal validity. Coins were minted in Noor Jahan's name, meaning her stature now equaled that of the emperor. However, as power attracts friends, it also makes enemies. Noor Jahan favored Jahangir's youngest son Shahryar. This made the crown prince Khurram insecure about his future emperorship. This in turn led to the souring of the relationship between Prince Khurram and his stepmother Noor Jahan. In 1622, the tension between Noor Jahan and Prince Khurram reached a boiling point, and the prince, in a bold but desperate move, rebelled against his father to seize the throne. This audacious revolt was met with defeat. It was then that Noor Jahan took hold of Khurram's son Aurangzeb and Dara Shikoh as hostages, the moment we have depicted in the first episode of our series. Despite his initial rebellion, Khurram was eventually pardoned in 1626. Yet, the relationship between Noor Jahan and Khurram remained tense. The epitome of the display of Noor Jahan's capabilities was witnessed in 1626 when Emperor Jahangir was taken captive by rebels led by one of his generals, Mahabat Khan. Noor Jahan herself took to arms and commanded a small unit of an army from on top of a war elephant and battled to rescue her husband. However, she lost and had to surrender to Mahabat Khan. But even after that, cunningly lulled Mahabat Khan into trusting her, arranged an army right under his very nose and defeated him. Emperor Jahangir was rescued and Mahabat Khan had to flee. Noor Jahan's story, thus, is one full of unexpected events, twists and turns. A refugee's daughter becomes empress of the greatest empire of her time, virtually runs the empire, and even leads battles to rescue the emperor. But equally unexpected is how quickly Noor Jahan's fall came. Soon after the failed coup by Mahabat Khan, Jahangir died. In the succession crisis that ensued, Prince Khurram managed to secure the Mughal throne for himself and became Shah Jahan. Owing to his uneasy relationship with Noor Jahan, he restricted her to a palace in Lahore and took away the powers she enjoyed only a few months back. She spent her final years confined in that palace. With time, the days of her power, her glory, and her tragedy faded from the memories of her subjects. This video is additional content related to our ongoing animated series. We will be bringing out more such content about things related to our main series and something you might find interesting. You can say it is like an appendix to a book. So we will be meeting again with another story or another animation. Till then, Namaste.